Great sounding speakers that pair wirelessly. Let's check them out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out these. These are the Mitchell Acoustics uStream 1 wireless stereo speakers, and there are no wires connecting the two. They pair with each other via Bluetooth, just like true wireless stereo earbuds, but these are not little tiny earbuds. These are big room-filling speakers with a lot going on. They feature a 106 millimeter woofer, which gives you 35 watts, and a 38 millimeter tweeter, 15 watts. Total power across these two amplified speakers is 100 watts. That is enough to fill a really big room or to enjoy your music from a different room entirely. Very nice. So 20 to 20,000 hertz frequency response, total harmonic distortion of 0.5%, and a signal to noise ratio of greater than 70 decibels. They have a really nice sound. It's a big sound. And inside of them, the other piece that's powering this is a 20-ounce voice coil made of neodymium magnets. So there's a lot going on here. Now, there are controls on the top. You can see a close-up here of the different buttons, but there's also a lot going on the back. So let me show you the back of one and explain. You have inputs. You have optical, you have AUX, you have USB, you have RCA, but of course you also have Bluetooth 5.0, so you can just use this wirelessly. So pair these with your phone, for example, and you're ready to rock and roll. Not only that, but it comes with a remote control, which looks suspiciously like one of the Apple TV remotes, but it is plenty enough for you to go next and previous track, pause and play, volume up and down, and change which input mode it's using. If you maybe have a turntable plugged into the USB or the RCA plugs, and you want to use Bluetooth, you can switch between them from that remote. Super easy. Now, let's see, what else can I tell you? That they have, let's see, really that's kind of everything. It's really all about the sound. So let's just switch to the sound. Now realize the speakers are facing the camera, not facing my microphone, but let's hear what they sound like. And I've just paired this with my Apple iPhone. So I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. And there's a lot of sound going on here. This is filling up this room. I have a dog sleeping just down here, and I know that he's like, what the heck's all that noise? But let's wait till we get to some bass. In fact, let's just move forward a bit. And I hope you can hear, it is a big room-filling sound with a lot of dynamic range, and it can get even louder. That's only 50% volume. They get really loud and they're really fun. And part of that is because they're basically wireless other than a power cord. And I'm going to unplug one. So it has this, and then there's the big, fairly big transformer. And it's going to complain a little bit because I unplugged one of the speakers, but it'll connect itself afterwards. And then you plug each speaker into 110 volt up to 220 volt. And it turns out that it comes with a variety of wires. So the one I'm using is one that plugs into a US 110 volt, so it's two vertically oriented prongs, but it also has this as an option, and then there's an adapter to give you this as an option. So you can plug one of these into, let's see, how does that work? Like that. And so now I could even plug it into one of these European outlets. So there's a lot of flexibility. And part of that is because Mitchell Acoustics is Paul Mitchell, and it is actually an acoustic and audio engineer out of the UK. So very smartly, he's made sure that it is compatible with all the different options. So now I powered this on, and it should automatically pair with the other speaker. We'll find out. But while that's happening, it comes with this extraordinarily good user guide. There we go, speaker 2 connected. So it did the right thing. It's a bunch of different languages, but I gotta just compliment them. It's so nice to have a manual that is not 3 inches by 3 inches, but is full size and easy to read and understand. Now, the remote control does require a little bit of fiddling. When you first get the unit, there's this sort of mechanism on the bottom. You have to pull out the battery and then flip it over. So the battery is included, but it's not inserted in a way that will make the remote control work. But that's cool. It's easily done. Now, the bigger issue I had with this is it says start by plugging in the left speaker and then turn on the right speaker after a couple of seconds. And for the life of me, I can't figure out which speaker is which. So I just turned one on and then turned the other on and then waited for it to pair the two. And as you heard, it works perfectly fine. If you see multiple sources of Bluetooth, multiple uStream ones, then you need to go back, turn them both off, turn one on, give it a couple of seconds, and then turn the other one off, or turn the other one on, I mean. And then they'll pair automatically, and it's just so nice. You have one Bluetooth source, and you have these speakers that you can separate as far as you want. You can put them on opposite corners of your living room, or you could use them with that optical connection, and either one you can use as optical, so it's very convenient. You could use that with your television. This would be a wicked interesting sound bar, but you might have to tune your TV settings to get it just so, but I'll tell you, there's a big lot of sound here. Now, dimensions-wise, they are pretty substantial speakers. They are 5.9 inches by 9 inches by 9.3 inches, and they're 7 pounds each, so they are fairly heavy. Now, they do support, you can put them on a stand, which is probably a really good way to do it. Putting it on a surface like a table is going to muddy the bass a little bit. But that reminds me, we need to talk about the sound, and I love these things. They just have a big sound. There's a nice crispness to them, but mostly it's like this huge soundstage, and because they can get so loud with so little distortion at the higher volumes, it's really fun to just jam your favorite music. And I've been listening to all sorts of stuff from Bruce Springsteen to, I don't know, Supertramp and stuff, and all of it just sounds just fantastic. These are really fun speakers, and my son has already called dibs on them, so we might have to arm wrestle for that one. Might not be a good strategy for my actually winning that arm wrestling, but that's another story. Suffice to say, these are really sweet. Now, they come with a premium price tag, but these are the kind of speakers you're going to hook up, you're going to plug in, you're going to like position them in your room, and you're just going to enjoy the heck out of them for years to come. So much to like here. I wish I could figure out the left and right. Still haven't quite figured that piece out, but it doesn't really matter because once you get it plugged in, you could also use like your music source and you can just slide it all the way to the left on your balance and you can say, okay, well, that's the left speaker, and then you know. So I might even probably put like a little sticker on the back of one that just says left or something like that. Not sure why they didn't do that, but really, if that's the only criticism of these speakers, that's pretty sweet. Now, as with most audio equipment, when you first pull it out of the box, they need a little break-in time. So I would say give it a couple of weeks of listening to music before you really critically listen to the sound reproduction, and you'll find that it's become a little warmer, a little sweeter, and a little more accurate in terms of its high-low balance. So much to like here. Really a fan of these. Sorry if you think that reviews always have to be mostly critical. There's just not much to complain about. I mean, they're expensive, but they sound fantastic, and they have such great functionality. So we do need to talk about the price, but before we get to the price, I'm going to ask if you could subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on subscribe, click or tap on that bell icon for notifications, and we're connected. And if you found this to be useful and gave you some great information about these speakers, a like or a thumbs up is always appreciated. Cool. These, including the remote control, are the Mitchell Acoustics uStream 1 wireless stereo speakers, and they are $499 at Amazon.com. That sounds a little spendy compared to all the very, very inexpensive alternatives there. But what you need to ask yourself is, do you want really, really nice audio reproduction, or are you just looking for noise? So if you're looking for an audiophile level experience, these are definitely speakers worth checking out, and they're so flexible. They really make others look like they're really kind of clumsy to work with. That's all I got. I'm going to go back to my music. So I'll catch you, oh, hang on, that's so loud. So I'll catch you in my next video.